Welcome back to All Levels Yoga School Week 3. Last week we did Sun Salutations Basics, so I hope you've gotten to try that video at least once, hopefully 2, 3, or even 4 or 5 times to really lock in those Sun Salutations and learn how to modify them. This week we are going a completely different direction. You'll learn I love contrast. So last week it was a lot of moving, a lot of up and down. This week we're actually going to be seated the entire time. So this is a really good practice if you want to just be and get grounded, okay? So I'm realizing, forgive me, I'm gonna go off camera for a sec, that I forgot my oil. So I'm gonna be using my favorite blend from doTERRA today called Balance, but you can use any essential oil that comes from a tree or a root. So why would we wanna do that? We want to plug in and get grounded, and we can really benefit by borrowing some grounding properties from trees or root oils. So best place to apply them for this practice is actually on the soles of the feet, because energetically we're connecting to our base, our root chakra that way, and we also have all the reflexology points on our feet, and it's just a great place to apply oils because of the larger pores. So if you've got that oil on your feet, rub your hands together and take a few deep breaths from your hands. If you don't have an oil, just take a few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Continuing to breathe deeply, relaxing the hands. You're in any seated position. In through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. If it's been a really stressful week, deep breath in. Audible, loud breath out. One more time, in. Let it all go. Beautiful. Now slowly open your eyes. You can have the legs crossed like I do or extended out. But take a little sway forward and back and side to side. And we're going for a feeling of lifting up from the ground. So we want to feel our sit bones really root down. And then feeling your shoulders right over your sit bones. You're not in front. You're not behind. You're not leaning off to one side or hunching over. Shoulders right over the sit bones. And if we do that, you'll feel the belly draw in a little bit to support that straight spine, which we're probably not super used to. So we need to use the core muscles to support. Now keeping that spine straight, simply relax one ear to the shoulder. Take a breath. Other side. Sit tall, make sure the spine stays long, and you're actively pressing down through the sit bones to sit tall and relax the head. Deep breath here. And back to center. Now move the shoulders up by the ears, squeeze them up. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop them down. And again, inhale, squeeze. Exhale, drop. Inhale. And exhale. Good, shake it out a little bit. Now I'm going to be using some props today. If you have a blanket at home or a towel, should have a towel, fold it up and place it underneath your knees and your shin bones. Even if you don't have any knee pain, this is a really nice way to just give your weight towards the earth. So I'm going to slide it about halfway down my mat. My knees and my shin bones are supported by that blanket. And my hands are right underneath the shoulders, fingers spreading wide, pushing down through the fingertips, especially the thumb and the pointer finger. And that's going to help us reach the tailbone back and pull the crown forward. Now let's get the left hand, bring it right underneath the heart. Right hand to the waist. And just like before, pull the shoulder up by the ear and then release it back as you begin to twist. Now it's very common here to kind of crank and try to get that open, but we're keeping internal rotation in the shoulder. That's why we're going to bring the hands to the waist so that we can get external rotation in the shoulder as you start to lean the head back. So we'll get all this beautiful heart opening here. And then if you choose to straighten the arm, there it is, but we're not caught here. We're opening that shoulder up. Now circle the wrist a few times and circle the shoulder. Big arm circles here, only if that's no pain at all for you. If it's painful, keep the hand on the waist and just find some gentle movements in that shoulder. Now slowly release, find tabletop, hands under the shoulders, crown of the head long, tailbone back. Take a deep breath in, drop the belly, pull the heart forward, cow pose. And deep breath out, ground the spine, look between the knees or at the belly button, cat pose. Couple more, inhale. Exhale all the way back into cat pose. Inhale, let that inhale take you forward, 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 still inhaling. And then exhale back into cat pose. Beautiful, release. Bring the right hand under the heart this time. Same thing other side. So we set the hand up, left hand on the left waist. Roll that shoulder forward and up and back, and that takes you into the twist. Lean your head and your chest back to get so much openness in that left side. If you choose to, you can straighten the arm and take some movements in the wrist and the shoulder. Otherwise, just keep the hand on the waist and some gentle movement, almost like a door hinge. Open, close, open, close. Work at whatever level you choose today. And slowly release. This time we're going to melt it into a child's pose. And this where the blanket is so nice. I like to bring the knees wide and the toes close to really get those hips onto the heels. If you have a block at home, you can use it here and place it underneath the forehead. So nice. Take 5 slow breaths, long spine. Take a couple more deep breaths. Maybe roll the head side to side, massaging the third eye. And then slowly roll on. We're going to come to a comfortable seat once more. Cross-legged seat or legs extended is fine. I like sitting on the edge of a blanket here because it lifts the hips just a little bit, and you'll be amazed at how much that can help open up the low back and the pelvis. So crossing the feet however it's comfortable or extending the legs. Sitting tall, take that little sway again, forward and back. And can we find the place where the shoulders are truly right over the hips and you'll feel the low belly turn on once you get there. Now let's tent the fingers. Tenting means like this, and place the fingertips behind you, fingertips pointing behind you. Left hand crosses over on top or on the outside of the thigh or the knee, and then take a peek at that right shoulder. And can you release it down? There it is. Can you sit taller as you start to look behind? So you only go as far as you can comfortably go without cranking the arms. So if you were to let go of the arms like this, you could still twist. If you just undid your twist a lot, you cranked it too far. So only go where your spine can twist on its own, and then the hands place just for support. Really, the hands here encourage more of a straight spine than a twisted one. So the twisting comes from within, it comes from the core. Now let's try that on the other side. Switch the cross of the feet if you have them crossed. Tent that left hand. Reach the right arm across, but don't connect them yet. So twist, 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 twist. Then lower the hands into their places. And you'll twist a little more, that's only natural. But let this come from the belly button, drawing the belly button in, to twist more. Couple slow breaths. And slowly release. Good. Now let's kick the legs out straight. Again, I'm going to bring my blocks into the picture here, and you'll notice I'm still sitting on my blankets. If you find that this position is really challenging for you, then get another blanket or even a pillow to sit on, and I promise it'll make such a difference that you'll never practice without it again, or you'll at least have it handy, right? So I can extend my legs a lot more than this, but I'm not going to, because it's not about cranking the legs as far open as they'll go. What tends to happen there is we start to round. So by bringing the feet just a little bit further and reaching back and pulling the glute muscle out of the way, so pulling your booty out of the way, we can sit so much taller, okay? So remember, shoulders over hips, that's the whole theme of today. Keep the spine in a beautiful, neutral, straightened place. Now, if you have blocks, go ahead and bring them on either side of the right knee. So again, we're getting some twisting action here, but we're really pressing down to lift up. It's very common to be so attached to grabbing that foot that we round. Not what we're doing today. We're keeping the hands in close so that we can truly find our natural length in the spine. Only once we achieve that might we start to slide the blocks forward. If you don't have blocks, hands can come to the floor like this or rest on the leg. But I challenge you, can you prioritize length in the spine over an arbitrary forward fold that's not going to do much for us? Now bring the breath into the picture. Inhale, we lengthen the spine even more. Exhale, we soften the muscles and the connective tissue. So inhale, length. Exhale, can we dissolve stress? Inhale, length. Exhale, can we dissolve pain? Inhale, length. Exhale, release what no longer serves you. Sigh it out. And then maybe, just maybe, the hands walk a little further forward. So see that? By breathing deeply and releasing attachment to the fold, you just folded deeper. Slide those hands back in, slide the blocks in, and do the same thing on the other side. So we frame the left knee with the blocks for our hands, and we sit very tall first. So find those shoulders right over the hips. You'll notice I'm not super flexing or super pointing the feet. They're just neutral. Kneecaps are pointing up towards the ceiling. Now get that length, get that gentle twist. And then again, connect to the breath. Can you relax a little bit more every exhale? Can you lengthen a little bit more every inhale? Become so focused on the breath, you're almost obsessed with it. Relax the feet, relax the thighs, relax the butt, relax the belly. Just breathe and keep lengthening the spine. Maybe the hands can walk a little further out. Take one more breath. And then pull the belly button in for strength in the core as you slowly roll back up. All right, let's come to diamond pose. I like to move my legs into shape with my arms, especially after I've just stretched them. So you bring the fingertips underneath the knees, lean back, bend the knees, and bring the soles of the feet together. You'll notice my feet are not that close. In fact, they're pretty far away, creating a diamond shape, hence diamond pose. Now you have options with the blocks. If you find that your knees are a little high and you have trouble relaxing, bring blocks underneath the knees. And I find that even for flexy, bendy people, the blocks are useful because they give the body a sense of security. If you're hanging out in the air, the body says, I feel like I'm breaking. But if you bring blocks into the picture, all of a sudden you can relax the legs, okay? Now, grab onto the shin bones or around the knees. Use your arms to pull your spine long. Remember not to hyperextend the head like this. This is too far. We're going to tuck the chin a little bit so the crown of the head is the furthest thing away from the tailbone. Now, if you have the mobility, you might walk the hands down towards the ankles or the feet, keeping a long spine. At some point, you'll go where you can go. Only then do you start to drop the head and relax into more of a yin version of this pose. If you have the mobility, perhaps you slip the blocks out from under you and bring one between the feet and the forehead. Now, this is certainly not mandatory. I just want to show the option for those of you who are close. Again, we're hanging out in space here, but if we grab a block, all of a sudden, oh my goodness, this becomes a beautiful restorative grounding pose. Another option is to bring a block at its medium level, just in front of the heels, and bring the forearms to that block. So I want you guys to keep exploring this posture and find a truly supported shape so that we can hang out here for about 10 breath cycles. See if you can count 10 breaths in and out. About 5 breaths. If you've lost track, restart your count. Relax your body now as much as you can. And again, pull the belly button in to support the body as you slowly roll up. Find those shoulders under or over the hips once more. Bring the palms to face up, resting the backs of the hands near the knees. And just check in and notice how you feel just by coming into this beautiful diamond posture and focusing on the breath. Imagine the root chakra, part of your body you're sitting on, root down into the floor, root down into the earth below. Plugging in and connecting to Gaia, Mother Earth. And at the same time, feel the crown of the head floating up. Connecting to source, to outer space, to heaven, whatever you believe in. And see yourself as a perfect conduit between Mother Earth and Father Sky. Between our home and the cosmos above. Now let's really get grounded now. We're going to lie down onto our backs. A nice thing to do with your blanket or pillow is to bring it underneath your head to support you. And we're going to come into one of my favorite restorative postures. You're going to roll onto your back. Bring the feet wide apart, toes slightly in, heels slightly out, and resting the knees together. So adjust the feet however you need to get the knees touching. It should feel really nice. Now, you might choose to have the hands on the low belly like me and feel your breath. Lift and lower your belly every inhale and exhale. You can also bring the hands out, away from your body, palms facing up, like this. Or even bring your arms overhead, almost like goalposts. Really relaxing the shoulders and the wrists and the fingers. And just like we were before, watch the breath come in and out. And if it's helpful to count the breath, maybe counting 5 breaths and then 5 more, then do so. Give the mind, give the brain something to do. Or you might just choose to watch the breath as an observer. Notice when thoughts come in and label them, oh, there's my thoughts. And then just simply watch them blow away like clouds. And then notice, oh, there they go. So we become something much bigger than our thoughts and our mind. Now you may choose to stay here for your Savasana and then come up to a seat when you're ready. Or at any time, just simply straighten the legs, relax the arms wherever you prefer to have them, and let your whole body get grounded. My hope for you is that you're able to come back into this grounded energy whenever you need it, whenever life gets stressful. I'll see you next time. Namaste.